Hello students, good time to all. I am Chandan Kumar Pradhan. Welcome to your YouTube channel Chandan Physics. In this video, we are going to discuss orthogonality of Hermite polynomials. Let's begin. The orthogonal property of Hermite polynomial is the integration over minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hnx hmx dx is equal to 2 to the power n factorial root pi delta mn, whereas delta mn is the Kronecker delta function. The value will be 1 for that of condition m is equal to n, and when delta mn is equal to 0 for that of condition m is not equal to n. Now we have to prove that orthogonality of that of Hermite polynomials. How to prove? Here Hn of x and Hm of x are two Hermite polynomials. That means these two must be satisfy the Hermite differential equation. Therefore we can write, since Hn of x is the solution of Hermite equation, of order n, we have, that is Hn double dash x minus 2x Hn dash x plus 2n Hn x is equal to 0. Equation 1. Now multiplying throughout by the factor e to the power minus x square, we get, that is e to the power minus x square Hn double dash x minus 2x e to the power minus x square Hn single dash x plus 2n e to the power minus x square Hn x is equal to 0. That also can be written as, these two terms are the derivative of d of dx e to the power minus x square into Hn single dash of x plus 2n e to the power minus x square Hn of x is equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Similarly, for that of Hmx, similarly we have d by dx of e to the power minus x square Hm dash x plus 2m e to the power minus x square Hm of x is equal to 0. Equation number 3. Now multiplying Hmx in equation 2 and Hnx with equation number 3 and subtracting what we have, let us write multiplying equation 2 by HMX, since there will be no such term of HMX, and equation 3 by HNX and subtracting we get here the term will be 2 taking as common 2 n minus m e to the power minus x square, here that is HMX Hn of x and Hm of x is equal to, again these terms are looks like Hnx d by dx of e to the power minus x square Hm dash x minus Hmx d by dx of e to the power minus x square, that is Hn dash x. This term that is multiplied with m, that term is multiplied with n. This to that side will be negative, this to that side will be negative, but when multiplied from 2 to 3, that term will be positive, that is positive, this term is negative. Therefore, in that of term we have d by dx of d by dx e to the power minus x square, that is Hnx Hm dash x minus Hn dash x Hmx that is 2 whole into n minus m e to the power minus x square Hn of x, here Hm of x, then that is we have dx of, that is 2 n minus m e to the power minus x square Hnx Hmx dx into d of e to the power minus x square Hnx Hm dash x minus Hn dash x Hmx this will be equation number 4. Now integrating that above equation, integrating above equation, that is the equation number 4, with respect to x between the limits minus infinity to plus infinity, we get, that is 2 n minus m integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hn x hmx dx. Then integrating that term, then that differentiation will be cancelled out, only that term exists. We have to use the upper limit and lower limit concept here. That will be e to the power minus x square, here hn x hm dash x minus hn dash x hmx, using the limit from minus infinity to plus infinity. That value will be 0. Why that is 0? Since e to the power minus x square tends to 0 as x tends to plus minus infinity, as x tends to plus minus infinity. That's why that integral value will be 0. Thus we can say, thus for m is not equal to n, we have that integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hn of x hm of x dx is equal to 0. That is, this one let equation number 5, that one be equation number 6. This is the first case when m is not equal to n. Then what should be the value when m is equal to n? To find this, we proceed like this. From the generating function, from the generating function of Hermite polynomial, we have, that is e to the power 2xz minus z square is equal to summation over n from 0 to infinity hn of x n factorial z to the power n. Equation number 7. And again for another generative function e to the power 2xt minus t square, that is for m from 0 to infinity hmx, another Hermite polynomial hmx m factorial t to the power m, that equation number 8. Now multiplying 7 and 8 together and then the factor e to the power minus x square, what we have, multiplying equation 7 and 8 together and then by e to the power minus x square, we get, that will be e to the power minus x square into e to the power 2xz minus z square into e to the power 2xt minus t square is equal to summation over m from 0 to infinity summation over n from 0 to infinity e to the power minus x square hnx hmx divided by n factorial m factorial z to the power m z to the power n t to the power m, that equation number 9. Now integrating that equation number 9 over from the limit minus infinity to plus infinity. Therefore, integrating equation 9 over from minus infinity to plus infinity, we get that will be integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square e to the power 2xz minus z square into e to the power 2xt minus t square dx is equal to, that is summation from n from 0 to infinity, that is z to the power n t to the power n, summation from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square, that is hnx square divided by n factorial square dx. This is when m is equal to n for that of term, and again plus when m not equal to n, that term leads to m from 0 to infinity, again n from 0 to infinity, that is for that of condition m not equal to n, this term exists, that will be z to the power n t to the power m. Here that is m is equal to n, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square, that will be hnx hmx divided by m factorial n factorial into dx. Look here, that term when m is not equal to n, that integral term becomes 0, only this term exists. Therefore, we can write this will be 0, we achieve from that of equation number 6, that integral will be 0 when m is not equal to n. Therefore, that integral value will be 0. I substitute. Therefore, we can write, or summation over n from 0 to infinity, that is zt to the power n divided by n factorial square, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hnx square dx will be how much? This quantity, that is integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square plus 2xz minus z square plus 2xt minus t square into dx, that is e to the power something, e to the power something, e to the power something, that means all these terms are added, is equal to, here integration from minus infinity to plus infinity, we can use the formula like a minus b minus c whole square formula. Therefore, we have e to the power minus x minus z minus t whole square, again a term we add, that is e to the power 2 z t. Since there will be no such term like this, we implement that formula, that's why we use e to the power 2 zt dx, that is e to the power 2 zt, that of outside, integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x minus z minus t square dx. That integral value, we can get that integral value by a substitution. An integral, we can solve it. Let we put that integral, to solving that integral, let we put, let putting y is equal to x minus z minus t, then dy will be dx, and also the limit change from minus infinity to plus infinity. Therefore we can write here, for that a particular integral will be changed to integration over minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus y square dy. The value of this integral will be root pi. Now we substitute it here, is equal to e to the power 2zt into root pi. Now the expansion of e to the power 2zt, we can write that is root pi. For that is summation from n from 0 to infinity 2 to the power n zt to the power n, that is 2 zt to the power n. That's why that is 2 to the power n into zt to the power n divided by n factorial. This is for what? This is for that value. Let I prefer it as equation number 10. Now comparing the coefficient of zt to the power n on both sides, then what we have? Comparing the coefficient of zt to the power n on both sides, we have the coefficient of zt to the power n will be that term divided by n factorial square, that term divided by n factorial. Here 1 by n factorial square integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square, that is hn of x square dx is equal to root pi 2 to the power n into n factorial. 1 n factorial cancel out, then n to that side. Therefore integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hn x square dx is equal to 2 to the power n, here n factorial into root pi, that is equation number 11. This will be get by when m is equal to n. This is equation number 11. Here that is equation number 6. That is the equation number 6. We get the equation number 6. The equation number 6 when m is not equal to n. Here that will be equation number 11 when m is equal to n. Now combining these two equations, what we achieve? Combining equation 6 and 11, we use the Kronecker delta notation here. That means integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus x square hmx hnx dx is equal to 2 to the power n factorial root pi delta of mn. This is the required expression, that is the orthogonal property of, this one is the orthogonal property of Hermite polynomial. So with the help of this video lecture we understand the concept, that is orthogonality of Hermite polynomials This can be proved by using Hnx and Hmx, proceeding like this, and get a relation when m is not equal to n. And by using the generating function, we proceed, and finally equating that of coefficient t to the power n, we have this equation, and the condition is when m is equal to n. Now combining these two equations, we get that relation which is known as the orthogonal property of Hermite polynomials. So with this useful and informative notes, let me wind up this session. Thank you.